You ever think you finally outrun all the idiots in the world, then one of them tracks you down in the woods? Yeah, that's exactly how my war with the Lakewood Pines HOA started. Picture this. I'm a retired Army engineer, spent decades building bridges and dodging bureaucrats, and all I wanted was some damn peace. So I bought 17 acres of thick North Carolina pines right on a glacier-fed lake so cold it'll make you question your life choices. No neighbors, no cell towers, not a single welcome to the HOA sign in sight. Just raw land clean deed boundaries so clear even a blind squirrel wouldn't cross them. I checked twice. Had my lawyer buddy Frank hike out there to triple check. I wanted solitude, not surprises. You know what I mean? For 8 years I poured sweat into that land, cleared brush, hauled stone, cut every beam myself. Built a house with a porch that wrapped around like a big bear hug, set up solar rainwater tanks, carved a dock out of driftwood, even a sauna that'll make you forget your own name. I named the place Clearwater Point, not for the ego, just because it felt right. Every morning was wind through the trees, deer tiptoeing by the lake, flat as glass peace I'd fought for. Nobody bugged me. Nobody tried to tell me what color to paint my mailbox. Then the world changed. It started with the faint beep of excavators 2 miles south. I figured fine, someone else wants a slice of heaven. Then came banners flapping in the wind. Big city promises, luxury living on the water. Except their lakefront was a muddy creek bed nowhere near my property line. Whatever. Let them have their vinyl castles and shuffleboard. Didn't bother me until the envelope showed up on my gate. Thick paper gold trim. Looked official. Dear resident, please attend the next Lakewood Pines HOA board meeting to discuss your shoreline compliance. Underneath a card, Karen Copeland, President. Scribbled on the back, let's avoid escalation. I laughed so hard I nearly choked. My land was never part of their precious subdivision. Their map ended 500 feet before my woods even started. Still, I called the number mostly for entertainment. Karen answered, voice sharp as fresh-cut wire. Mr. Rhodes, we have concerns about your structures. I cut her off. Lady, I'm not in your HOA. Never was. She tried our zoning advisor routine, claimed there was a recording error. Maybe my deed got absorbed. Right. I told her if anyone set foot past my gate, I'd call the sheriff for trespassing. She tried to sound diplomatic, but I could already hear the gears turning in her head. That's when the shadow fell over Clearwater Point. It started with a white SUV idling just beyond my gate. Then came another envelope, this one full of trumped-up violations, unregistered sauna, non-certified materials, unapproved decking. They'd taken photos of my dock from a boat. I wasn't laughing anymore. I fired off a response deed, surveys, tax records, and a note to Karen and the county trespass again, and you'll see me in court. 3 days later, environmental inspectors showed up. I handed them coffee blueprints and every permit under the sun. Looks clean, one muttered. But you've landed in a political meat grinder. No violations. Case closed. Except it wasn't. Neon survey stakes popped up along my path labeled Lot 85 Lakewood Pines. I ripped them up and called Nate a surveyor buddy. We double-checked every inch. It's yours, he said. They got nothing. But Karen wasn't used to hearing no. She upped the ante, a fake zoning letter. Congratulations, you're now in Lakewood Pines Special District County. Seal official codes, all Photoshop nonsense. My gut twisted. I knew a forgery when I saw one. I drove straight to the county office, dropped the letter in front of Monica, the clerk. She ran the parcel, called her boss. This isn't us, they said. Signature's fake. Template's ancient. I got a notarized letter confirming the fraud. Thought that'd be enough. Not for Karen. Next day, a glossy newsletter landed in my mailbox. Plans for a marina right on my dock, phase 1 of the Lakewood Pines guest lodge. She even drew a road over my firewood stack. The audacity was almost impressive. Frank, my lawyer, called in a favor with the DA's office. We met with Assistant DA Raymond Hill, laid out the fakes, the doctored maps, the mystery signatures. Where'd she get access, he asked. Frank shrugged. Her ex-husband worked in county records. Maybe he left the door open. This is organized, Hill said, promising an inquiry. We sent cease and desist notices to Karen, her board, the developers. One developer bailed, but Karen kept pushing. Now there were online ads for lakefront investment opportunities using photos of my dock. That's when I filed an emergency injunction, stamped and sealed by the court. Still, they showed up one morning with a bulldozer trucks and 6 men in safety vests. Tore down my fence like they owned the place. I met them at the tree line, rifle in hand, unloaded, but you couldn't tell from where they stood. You're trespassing, I said. Show me your paperwork. Karen herself showed up, lavender blouse, smug as ever. We're proceeding with what's approved, she said, waving her clipboard. You declined to cooperate. I handed her the court order. Any more of this and it's criminal contempt. The sheriff showed up, sent everyone packing. Karen's crew got hauled off. Turns out one had a suspended license. If this happens again, we'll be arresting you, the deputy told her. She didn't reply. After that, the fight went cold but not quiet. Frank pushed for discovery, digging into HOA records, looking for the nail in Karen's coffin. That's when I remembered my trail cams. Buried in the footage was Karen herself walking my property line with her ex-husband binder in hand, proof she'd used his old county templates to forge those documents. The DA started pulling at threads. They found doctored maps, fake letters, and eventually wire transfers, $75,000 from a developer to a holding company in Karen's maiden name. She wasn't just playing power games, she was selling my land. The county launched a criminal investigation. Karen went on the attack, more newsletters, more lies, calling me hostile, painting me as a squatter. Then she really crossed the line. Graffiti on my dock, spray painted, "Not yours," the whole thing caught on my cameras. The sheriff picked up a Lakewood Pines teen. Turns out his dad was on the HOA board. Desperate moves from desperate people. Karen finally showed up in person, sunglasses, and 2 thugs in tow, demanding I cooperate. You're isolating yourself from progress, she said. I showed her the court notice. We are settling it. In court. She turned jaw tight and left without another word. 2 weeks later, I got the call I'd been waiting for. We got the warrant. The grand jury indicted her for land fraud, forgery, racketeering. Sheriff's deputies raided her house, and the HOA office carried out boxes of evidence. Karen left in handcuffs, her perfect smile wiped clean. It made the news local, then national. People wrote to me from across the country, victims of their own HOAs, people bullied, pushed off their land, or fined for the color of their shutters. It wasn't just me, I realized. This kind of rot was everywhere. When the feds got involved, they hit Karen with RICO organized crime stuff. Turns out she'd been bullying, forging, and annexing land for years, using a network of shell companies to steal property from the vulnerable. The county finally confirmed in writing that my land was never part of Lakewood Pines. I laminated that letter and nailed it to my gate. We filed a massive civil suit for damages, emotional distress, and fraudulent interference. Karen tried to settle, offered a number I'd never have to work again. I turned it down. I wanted my day in court. The judge listened. I told him about building that land by hand, about what it felt like to wake up and have someone try to steal it inch by inch with lies and pressure. The prosecution rolled out every piece of evidence, the fake zoning letter, the doctored maps, the PDF with Karen's name in the metadata. Her own treasurer turned on her, told the court she'd been ordered to shred original maps. When the verdict came, it was like the storm finally broke, guilty on all counts. Karen got 10 years, no parole before 6. The developers were fined into the Stone Age. The HOA dissolved, ordered to pay damages to every family they tried to scam. I went home, parked by the dock I'd built, and planted a stone marker at the trail steel plaque built by hand. Not for sale, not for stealing. I sat there as the sun set the lake quiet again. Not the kind of quiet that feels like waiting for trouble, but the honest kind you fight for. So here's my question. Do you think the system finally worked? Or did I just get lucky because I had the time, money, and the grit to fight? Tell me what you think. Drop your own story in the comments, and let's hear how you'd handle an HOA hell-bent on stealing what you built with your own hands.